Hi fans, and welcome to this WPIAL semifinal edition of the Woodland Hills Football Network pregame show. This week the Wolverines take on the Upper St. Clair Panthers at Baldwin High School. We're going to sit down with Woodland Hills head coach George Novak to talk about last week's victory over Gateway at Norwin. We'll also preview this week's game against Upper St. Clair. All of that and more as the pregame show rolls on, right here on WHHS TV.
11, 12 win, 12 win. 12 win.
Again, fans, we thank you for joining us for this WPIAL semifinal edition of the Woodland Hills Football Network pregame show. We're now sitting down with Woodland Hills head coach George Novak. And Coach Novak, before we talk about this week's game against Upper St. Clair, let's take a look back to last week's victory in the WPIAL quarterfinals over the Gateway Gators. What an impressive defensive performance.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great football game. Probably one of the highlights of this year. Maybe one of the biggest ones we've had in Woodland Hills history, because we played a very talented Gateway team, and I'm very proud of our boys. They played very hard from the beginning till the end, and we were fortunate to win the football game. But it was like David and Goliath. They outmanned us size-wise up front by 50 pounds a man. In the secondary, they had some great athletes. The receiver, they had some great athletes, and they're a big-time program with a lot of great athletes, and our boys played well against them.
What amazed me was just how physical your team was, and that seemed to almost intimidate Gateway and put them on their heels at times.
Well, we were aggressive. We were fast. Our defense is predicated on speed and assignment football. Our kids played as well as they could against a good Gateway team.
Talking about that defense, it was just incredible. It's not often when you say that a team puts up nearly 300 yards passing and your defense was dominant.
Yeah, they threw the ball 50 times. We had a great pass rush the whole game. Hats off to guys like Gibson and Turner, Rooney, that were playing both sides of the ball and kept rushing the passer relentlessly the whole game, putting pressure on them. And they had some great receivers, big offensive line, tough to get by, but our boys worked hard, and I think we had 6 sacks in the game.
Talk about the linebacking core. That was one of the best linebacking performances we've seen. Bruce Curry and Alex Beasley really played at a different level than we've seen.
Yeah, Bruce and Alex and Dante brought us, all three of them played exceptional at linebacker. Our run defense was exceptional. It's one of the best run defenses we had all year, to hold them to minus 38 yards or whatever it was.
On the other side of the football, the offense certainly wasn't potent, but it got the job done.
Yeah, I mean, we were playing against a big, talented defensive unit, and we took advantage of a couple of mistakes they had early. The short punt, we were able to we came up with some offensive schemes over the week that we used, and we were successful with it, using the motion and the jet motion, running some offensive plays off it, and we had some success with it.
Talk about the special teams. Yet again, Jordan Potter comes in for the 3rd straight week in a pressure situation and comes through with a long field goal.
I don't think anybody realized how important that was. That was a 37-yarder on a cold night, cold, damp night up at Norwin Stadium, and that was a big kick. He's 7 for 7 so far this year. I hope he keeps it up.
I certainly do too. Coach, 13th time in 26 seasons your team is in the WPIAL semifinals. What an accomplishment.
Yeah, I'm just proud of this team. They came a long way. When they were freshmen, they didn't have a successful campaign with wins and losses, but they worked hard, and they came from that point. And Gateway beat us in 9th grade with the same group of young men, and we knew they were going to be very good this year. And our kids worked hard in the last 3 years, and were able to pull a big upset victory.
You talk about team coming a long way. It's a long time since that first week matchup against Upper St. Clair. Talk about the progression of this team over the past 11 weeks.
Well, we were young and inexperienced in a lot of positions. And, Harry Randall, one of our top returning guys, didn't play, and Ron Brown, those two together combined for 20 touchdowns as sophomores, and neither one played in that game. And looks like neither one will play in this game. But, they developed. Of course, Harry's hurt and he's out for the season, and Miles had an injury last week. He won't be able to play this week. Hopefully we can get him back. We're fortunate enough to go on next week. But, they were young. We had 3 sophomores starting, 2 freshmen starting, and a number of juniors and seniors that were first-year starters going up to play a pretty mature Upper St. Clair team at their place for the opener. It was a tough opener for us. But.
Well, we certainly know that this is a different Woodland Hills team than it was in week 1. What's different about Upper St. Clair?
They've improved too. They got a top-notch team. Their quarterback's really one of the top athletes in the WPIAL. They got a strong running game, an adequate passing game, a great special teams game, and defense, one of the top defenses in the state. So, we'll have our hands full again this week. But, when you get to the Final Four, everybody's good. This is definitely one of the best teams in the WPIAL.
Coach, this may be one of the most special progressions of a team we've seen over the years. Looking back over the past 25 seasons, have you seen a team mature like your Woodland Hills team has over 11 weeks?
I have to agree with you, Adam. I think it's very special. One of the signs we've had for 26 years, to achieve you must endure. They've endured a lot through the year, and every time they had to endure something, they just kept on rolling and, kept doing the job and kept working and kept believing in themselves. And I couldn't be more proud of a group of young men, especially the senior class, how they've developed and grown into a team. I think one of the important things that people overlook sometimes is chemistry, and I think we have a lot of chemistry with these young men.
Well, Coach, let's take a look on the other side of the bracket. We see 2 teams from the same conference, Seneca Valley and North Allegheny, doing battle at North Hills, much like we see with our game. 2 teams from the same conference trying to make it to the WPIAL championship game.
Yeah, I think both conferences had a lot of talented players and a lot of very good football teams. And, we played North Hills, and they're a very good football team. And, Seneca Valley's a very explosive offensive unit, one of the most impressive offensive units you want to see. And you got North Allegheny. They're a big, strong team with an outstanding quarterback. They have a very good passing game, but they want to run the football double tight, fire low, run the football at you. And if they can do that, they're going to do that. And control the ball, control the game, control the time, keep it out of your hands. And they got a lot of big guys that can do it.
Coach, what's it going to take to advance to the WPIAL finals?
Well, we're going to have to do a lot better with our running game against Upper St. Clair. I think last time we didn't do that well running football against them. And they are a very good defensive team. That's probably the top thing. We've got to be able to control the ball and get first downs. We're going to have to build on our passing game that we did last time we played them. We got behind them twice for 2 touchdowns, and we fought and held that lead 12. It was 12-0, then 12-3, then 12-10 till the end of the 3rd quarter, and then they scored 3 in the 4th on us. And that was a tough way to lose after they had our boys had the lead for a while, but. We got some things in for them this week, and I'm sure they've prepared some things for us, and we'll see how it works out.
Well, Coach, we certainly hope that you'll have the lead at the end of the 4th quarter in this rematch against Upper St. Clair. We wish you the best of luck, and hopefully we'll talk to you again next week before the WPIAL championship game. Back with more of the pregame show right after this on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
24 dogs.
Again, fans, we thank you for joining us for this WPIAL semifinal edition of the Woodland Hills Football Network pregame show. As always, tonight's game can be heard live on the radio on AM 1550 WLFP, on the web at woodlandhillsfootballnetwork.com with the stream courtesy of msasports.net. We'll also have live cable radio coverage on Monroeville Comcast Cable Channel 13, Penn Hills Comcast Cable Channel 98, and Verizon Fios Channel 37. And as always, we'll have video replays on all of our television affiliates. For everybody at Woodland Hills Television, I'm Adam Gusky, and we hope to talk to you again next week from Heinz Field.